on my way into work this morning, and I haven't done a video on this channel in a while. I talk about life and things like that, and it interests me. You know, when I was young, I put myself through counseling with a very good, pastor, counselor, and he had a doctorate and stuff like that. Very knowledgeable man. And I thought, it's good to get ourselves in front of somebody who has far more knowledge than ourselves. And I still don't know it all, but I learned a lot through that process and became very intrigued. And so I began, buying books, studying personalities and disorders and different things like that, so I can understand the world around me a little more, which helps me react better to it. And it's interesting, so many people are, even in middle age and that, are still misinformed about, social issues and things like that. And they will misread you, they will misunderstand you, they will, when you do things, they think they know why you did that, and many times they are wrong. See, and this is what causes false allegations. And I don't care who it is. And I do not gravitate toward people who are well known or anything like that. Scripture says to seek friends with humble people, and so that's what I do. The narcissist and that, if you are humble and you are sharing the truth, they will hate you. And if you're on social media, many times they'll unfriend you. And I just sit back and go, thank you. One less problem. Sometimes two less problems, depending. And so don't worry about those people when they cast false allegation. I'll get things in Messenger sometimes, from people on Facebook, or if you're on Twitter, they got a messaging system there too. But these people are so funny sometimes. They think they know why you did something, and they cast false allegation on you because they think they know your motive. Excuse me? Only the Father knows that stuff, can read your mind. And here's the problem. These people are so immature, they don't understand they're processing things through their own ill filters. You can't do that. An educated mind knows not to do that. It was very interesting, and I learned a lot through observation too, going through counseling. And even that man, with all his knowledge, never speculated. When there was something, like I took a test, a real long test, 400 questions, and he says, this suggests to me, okay, or words to that effect. And I thought, that's wisdom. It suggests to me, based on, and I know it's based on people, with my personality and things like that, the way they would answer those questions. And I thought, that's very good. We get people who know very little about personalities and, Christian psychology and things like that, that they speculate based on lack of information. And that's a very grave sin. Scripture condemns against that. And so, the humble people and informed, intelligent people know not to speculate that way. And even Scripture talks about this. But there are some people that, really up there, that think they know so much, unfortunately. It's a very sad state of affairs. And So let's not be like that. Let's take on a better attitude and esteem others better than ourselves instead. That's what Messiah told us to do, because, you know, when we, you know, if we would go to somebody and do that, we're not esteeming them better than ourselves, you know. And, you know, I've had people do this to me over time, and I tell them, no, it's not like that. And they don't believe you. It's like, no, I didn't lie to you. You don't even know. You can't. I mean, can you read my mind? Well, no, of course not. You know, and this is the problem with some people, that they think they know so much. And, you know, for a while, you know, I've been telling people, when they unfriend you, and I heard this a while back, and not that I hate these people, you know, or that I want to rail on them, but, you know, so somebody posted a meme a while back that when people like that unfriend you, it's like the trash took itself out, you know. And I know that guy sounds kind of funny, but I'd like to actually put it a little better words than that, because I don't really like viewing people as trash. But, you know, maybe we could say when they do that, the problem solved itself. You know, one less problem in our lives, right? And so I have more peace and contentment when a troublemaker like that unfriends me or walks out of my life. You know, wait, goodbye. You know, and I wish them the best. You know, and wish them they'll grow up too. But you know, everybody's at different levels and stuff like that. You know, and you know, even though they message me with unkind words, I don't message them back with that. I just say, no, it's not like that. And I just say shalom. You know, so whatever they do is up to them. They're free to do whatever they do. And I don't take offense to that, because that's about them, not about me. And if we can understand that, that helps us, you know, not worry about things so much. You know, that's their issue, not mine. Whatever they did to me. We see in Scripture that when people did things to Messiah, he submitted himself to the Father who judges righteously. You know, and so that's what I've learned to do. And I'm still trying to perfect it. It's not like we've got it all down yet. But, you know, it's something to think about. And so I wanted to share some of that this morning on my drive into work. And, you know, I've been listening to I'm listening to a live stream on Sabbath, and the speaker is a pastor, and he talks a lot about behavioral things and stuff like that. And I really get fed by that, you know. And it's good, because more of us have to come to realize better behavior and how we should handle ourselves, you know, when we see something that we think is wrong. You know, I've learned to ask questions, you know, and ask the person, you know, what is your thinking on this when, you know, they're doing something that we might not necessarily agree with, but it doesn't make them wrong all the time. Because we come to them and say, what's your thinking on this? We learn what their thinking is, and then we can get a better view, you know. And I started doing that a long time ago, working for a you know, big construction company. I was a drywall finisher, and they had ordered some joint compound that was really bad, and the stuff would not shrink. It would leave a hump in the wall. It did not shrink, you know, and we were having problems with it. And we'd have to go back and, you know, coat it again on each side to try to flatten it, you know. And I went to my boss and I says, what's the thinking on this? You know, to find out why did they order this, you know. And he goes, there isn't any. Good answer. And I thought, okay, that's why we got a problem. There was no thinking on it to know what it was going to do. So obviously we didn't get that again. But, you know, instead of getting all bent out of shape, and I'm trying to think, that was probably, I may have been around 25 years ago or close to it. But, so obviously they just didn't buy that type of compound anymore, you know. And sometimes I see things that, you know, people do that I don't totally get. You know, what's your thinking on this? You know, how do you view this or whatever? And we can learn more by that rather than pointing the finger and claiming they're wrong when we don't understand what they're thinking about. So I would say let's be careful and be gentle and kind to each other. Thanks for watching. Shalom.